hitting you up again with another tarot energy forecast of the week for the last week of May. Actually, the last 2 days, today, Monday the 30th and the 31st, into June through the 5th of June. Gonna be hitting you up with these readings and seeing how this week is gonna go. I'm finally back in New York, back in the Adirondacks for my beautiful stay in NOLA. So grateful for all the messages and the connections I made out there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. Thank you much for all the emails and all the messages and all the blessings you send to me. I really feel it from the bottom of my heart. It's so helpful and heartfelt. So I'm sending you so many bendiciones and kisses. Again, the procedure is that I pull out a card for every 2 days. So I'm going to be pulling out a card for today and tomorrow, the 30th and the 31st, another one for the 1st and the 2nd, and another one for the weekend, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. And again, because I've been bouncing around, I only have like a certain amount of decks with me. I've been using it for every kind of tarot energy forecast I've been doing, but they're so helpful and they're so insightful, very much so on point as well. So again, I'm going to be using the Isis Oracle deck. And I see y'all, some of y'all have hit me up with messages in regards to you buying your own deck, and that's really dope. I hope it's been helping you along the way, because it's really been hitting up some accurate points for me, and I feel like it's just very beneficial to have your own oracle deck to practice your intuition, although it's not necessarily needed. It's great to have as a handy practice and reference in the AM or PM or whenever you're inclined to use it. So let's see what Spirit has to say to us in regards to this week. Let us know, Great Spirit, what is it that we all most need to know on our personal path and journey? We are asking for clarity, guidance, passion, insight, and a more expanded sense of consciousness, a more expanded awareness, inner peace, contentment, happiness, joy, excitement, manifestation, and magic. What is going to bring that to us for Monday and Tuesday, the 30th and the 31st? We got the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is an interesting illustration here. We have two people who seem impoverished, or they can't necessarily support themselves. This may be in relation to our inner consciousness, our psyche, something that we're trying to escape, our inner pain, our hurt, our resentment, our anger, and the need to bring that into a temple or some sort of sanctuary where we can be healed. This is very much a healing card. This is a card of coming into ourselves and diving in deep to really explore the darker forces and the darker aspects of ourselves. What causes us to retaliate? What causes us to have these triggers to act and react in a way that is not necessarily for the highest good of everyone, nor is it leaving us with an impression of peace or happiness. Not that everything is woo-woo and happiness, but at the same time, you shouldn't be wallowing in your misery. You should be analyzing why it is that you feel the way that you do, and where is it being where are you conjuring these emotions from? How is it being triggered? Is it from a particular person, a particular memory, a particular environment, a situation that you have not made peace with? Maybe it's something from the past that you're struggling to move forward onto. The beauty of this card is there's a sense of resilience. There's a sense of wanting to heal yourself. There's a sense of wanting to come to the promised land, to a sanctuary, a place of peace and comfort and divine presence, to understand what your divine presence is trying to communicate to you. You have all the answers within. And 5 represents the totality of man. It's a very spiritual number, and it's also a very sexual number. And so in sexuality, we have the masculine and feminine energy intertwining and combining to create. And so now is a time of creation. And the only way we can create is by healing the past, by healing that which is left unsettled. And the only reason why it's left unsettled is because we consciously or subconsciously suppress it. We don't want to necessarily deal or analyze or view what it is that is bothering us. We just allow it to bother us, and then from one instant we're upset and we're mad, and then we express ourselves, and then we're over it. But then something else happens in the near future where that same emotion gets triggered again. Whether this is through writing, through communicating with a close friends, through engaging in a visual meditation, a guided meditation, through physical exercise where you can release all that stored pent-up energy that is not allowed to express itself in a clear and fluid way. You need to find your own particular method where you can essentially heal yourself and you can release that which is trying to escape. This is also the need or the desire to give back to the needy, whether or not it's your ambition to start a non-for-profit, whether or not you're starting to really step into your power where you realize you can do more for others because others have done a lot for you, whether it's helping out your environment, helping out your community, your neighborhood, teaching others about consciousness, teaching others about meditation, helping them establish peace. This also contributes peace to your life as well. So there may be a need or some ideas to start participating in things that give back to the earth, things that give back give back to healing, that promote the healing arts. Also, this calls for you to be proactive. This is the age of information. So you have Google, you have the library, you have your iPhones. You can look up anything that it is that's calling you right now, that's making you making you want to heal. So let's say you want to get into herbalism. You can look up a book and start learning that for yourself, or you can watch some YouTube videos if you want to learn how to read the tarot. You don't have to wait for a teacher to appear. You can be proactive in getting and learning and picking up a deck and pulling a card for yourself and asking your intuition what you think it means, because you define your own reality. Don't have other people define it for you, because it is not their life, it is yours. And so everything that is happening, it is happening for you, but you get to judge what that necessarily means to you, because there isn't one prescribed definition per se. So this does involve a lot of healing energy surrounding you for Monday and Tuesday. You may feel very altruistic. You may feel very compassionate with others. You may be giving more of yourself and in turn receiving more for yourself. You may be diving deeper into some unknown and dark forces within inside of yourself that you've been wanting to avoid. Things from childhood, things from a past relationship that have still left you damaged in some way. This is a time to really come back into your own temple, come back to your sacred place, and to own that which you have been giving away, to own your power, basically. All the excuses or the victimization you have placed on yourself, now that's kind of rearing ahead. So it's rearing its head towards you so you can encounter it and you can face it and you can acknowledge the damage it's done or the damage that you have allowed it to do to you. The Five of Pentacles also talks about living a more dynamic lifestyle, being a witch. And a witch is a woman or a person in general, not only a woman, excuse me, but it's a person in general that knows how to heal themselves and knows how to transform themselves out of any situation that is limiting them or being oppressive to them in some way. So this is not only using occult or woo-woo forces or energy, but it's using your sense of wisdom and compassion and your heart and what you already know to be true for you to take the initiative and take the first step of walking into this area of the all-seeing eye, the all-known power. I know what I know. All this infinite information that stores within you because you're a part of the universal mind. This spider is like crawling backwards in its back. Anyway, so that is for Monday and Tuesday. Let us see what is in store for Wednesday and Thursday, the 1st and the 2nd of June. Let's see. Again, we're getting this card. The Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is very interesting because it brings up some resistance, again, particularly with the Five of Pentacles, in relation to the Five of Pentacles. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to be a chaotically emotional week, but a lot of things are rising to the surface so that we can deal and clear out these energies to make room for what the summer and for what the universe has in store for us. Things that are much better, things that we've been wanting to manifest. You know, if you're trying to conjure up something new for yourself, it can't necessarily fall into the same lifestyle or the same area if you have something old there that's just marinating in its place, being stagnant, taking up space, and not really helping you in any way. You got to be proactive in clearing that up for yourself. And so the Two of Swords is a sense of stubbornness, is a sense of the inability to resolve your own problems, the inability to look clearly into the situation and to make a decision, an executive decision when you need to make it. So the Two of Swords is like, I'm blindfolded. I don't even want to see the situation. I feel really stuck because this is an emotional choice and I don't know if I should go left and I don't know if I should go right. The swords are very mental oriented. They're very thought oriented, so you may be over analyzing it, and on top of that you may be very emotional. You may be thinking the most, you may be projecting and assuming that if you make a decision it's going to give you a certain outcome that is not in your favor. Either way you go, you think that there's something bad that's going to happen as a result of you taking action. So you rather not take any action whatsoever. It is a very emotional time for you, and emotions are not our enemy if we know how to use it for ourselves and for our betterment. And if we know how to recognize and read what they're trying to communicate to us. Most of us do not want to acknowledge our emotions. Most of us don't want to figure out, what is this feeling trying to tell me? What is it trying to tell my spirit? What does my spirit need me to do to either accept this or to heal this and to move on? So there's a sense of stubbornness here, and you got to know that in order to move forward you got to get out of your own way, even if you have to face your fear. ¿Cómo se dice? There's a big possibility that the fear is just in your mind and it's not a reality. There's a possibility that you're doing the most by thinking the most instead of taking immediate action on the things that you know intuitively you could be doing. So don't be stubborn. Don't hold yourself back, because by holding yourself back, you're holding your life back. And the sooner you take action, the sooner you can move forward, the sooner you will encounter a sense of peace, a sense of grounding. Maybe this is something that you need to kind of marinate on, and by writing on it, again, maybe you need to talk to a friend about it. Maybe you need a different perspective. But to stand still and not do anything is not resolving the issue. It's probably just going to make it bigger. What you resist persists, as some people say. So bear in mind that the 1st and the 2nd of June is kind of opening its doors to let you know what exactly or where exactly you're stuck in, whether it's finances, whether it's romance, whether you don't feel that you're spiritually capable of being intuitive, whether you don't feel that you're capable for love, or you want to quit your job and you're really fearful doing that, or you want to separate yourself from certain members of the family and you don't necessarily know how to do that. It's very important to really come to terms with why you are fearful. How you yourself are holding back on your best life possible. So let's, God, that's even making me emotional. Shit. So give me a second to bear myself together. And I'm going to pull a card for Friday the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th this weekend. And we're going to see what's in store for us then. The Page of Wands. Yay, we are liberated. The Page of Wands is really neat because it does talk about moving forward, traveling in the direction that you've always sought after. This is a lot of progression. This is a lot of fast movement. So, okay, we were stale in the beginning of the month, but it seems like you've got your ass together and your act together. So you're moving forward. And this is really beautiful because regardless of where you're stuck in, it's probably exactly where you need to be. And that's very important. We tend to rush, we tend to move from one thing to the other without giving ourselves credit of all the emotions that we've been through, of all the transformations that we're going through, of all the spiritual developments and downloads and all the ascension processes that we're going through. We're going through a lot, okay? It is not easy, but this does speak about a lot of progress. This speaks about a lot of promise and potential travel. So if you're traveling right now, you're going to have a lot of fun. This is a lot of passion and dynamic energy. This is motivation. This is like, I'm going to get through to it no matter what. You see, he's looking out into the distance, so he already has a long-term plan set out. He knows, he's like, with the page, they're all about hierarchy, these cards. So there's a system here, and so he wants to get to be the king and ultimately the emperor. But right now he's starting small, so he's probably looking about, what are my first steps, what are the steps in front of me for me to travel across this desert to get to some fertile land, to become the Knight of Wands, to get to the next step, to become the king, and what can I do as the king to become the emperor. So it's about taking baby steps, but still not losing that confidence and that juju to do what you need to do to get to where you need to go. The Page of Wands brings unexpected visitors into our life, whether it's from the past or people that we may be picking up on a psychic, energetic level that we don't necessarily know about until they pop into our lives. And it's like, yo, I've been thinking about you, or I've been picking up on your characteristics, or I've been asking about you, I've been trying to manifest you, whether it's some help that you need in a particular area of your life, whether it's the key to an answer, the key to a question that you've been trying to answer, and it's the person that randomly happens to fall into your lap and give you the answer of what you need. This is really exciting. It is a sense of restlessness, but restlessness because you're doing all the things that you need to do in order to put your life together, in order to get it organized. And I see you, ¿cómo se dice? I see you telling people and organizing things, orchestrating things, putting things into place, being a busybody, almost being a leader, very ambitious, very idea-oriented, very innovative, a visionary. That's what this card is. It's like, how big can I dream? I'm doing X, Y, and Z now. What if I had unlimited income? What if I could be doing what I want to do from across the ocean? What if I were living with my ideal partner now? What if I looked like this and I wanted this and I bought this? Like, how would my life improve? So it's almost as if you're living from the present moments, acting as if. There's a big sense of imagination here and a sense of childlike wonder. So you want to kind of think about your childhood and, or ideally, the benefits of your childhood and the pleasures of your childhood, and invoke that kind of energy into your adulthood now, and see how can you learn from children. What do children teach you? An infinite amount of curiosity. How do you stop resistance? Because children are not usually resistant. They're just doing things and toppling over and jumping on things, and like they don't really know what fear is, and they don't even know what a sense of danger is, and they're just like doing whatever the hell they want. You know, kids will perform in the middle of the street because they really don't give a shit. So what is it that you can do to bring this sort of dynamic energy into your body right now? Because that's really what's going to help you to move forward. It's the sense of overthinking and overanalyzing and bringing all this stale emotion from the past that's no longer relevant, bringing these people from the past that are no longer relevant, and they might not even be in your life anymore, and you're still marinating on the way you used to feel and the things you used to do. Maybe you're marinating on past mistakes and beating yourself up about it. How can you pick yourself up with that wand and move forward? So this is a change, because we went from the Five of Pentacles, which is building, actively building and analyzing what do I need to build right now? What is it that I need to recover from my internal earthquakes? What has been left shattered? Is it my sense of responsibility, accountability? Is it my sense of picking the wrong partner? Am I not treating my body well enough? Am I not thinking the right amount of thoughts, the proper thoughts? Am I not pouring my heart and my soul in the work? Or am I working for another person when I really don't want to work for another person? Where is it that you need to heal, and how can you heal? How can you stop residing outside of your body, and how can you be more mindful of the moment? How can you start enjoying this right now instead of thinking about the things that you need to do 10 minutes from now, or what you need to do tomorrow, or what you want to do next week, or all that fun stuff? Sorry, I need to stretch. And then moving into the Two of Swords, where it's like, okay, well, I want to do all of this, and I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not really going to be about it, because I'm just going to blindfold myself and make a bunch of excuses because I'm too emotional, because I feel like I'm too this and this, and I'm not ready to do that and that, and I don't look good enough, or I'm not the right weight, or I don't have experience, or I can never be as good as this person, and a sense of criticism and a sense of over analyzing things that are not meant to be. It's really not that serious. Basically, the Two of Swords is really not that serious. The good thing is that you have the Page of Wands. You have this like, let's go do this, let's go out, let's attack this life. Very dynamic, very passionate, very motivated, very pure, youthful, eager energy. Like, ooh, what's that? That's a shiny ball. Oh my God, how is this shiny ball going to turn into an airplane for me to go to France so I can be the most famous singer, and I could just blah, 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 whatever it is that you want to do. So you move in accordance to your highest excitement, basically, is what that card is telling you. And I'm grateful that that card is coming out in the beginning of June, because June is going to be such an amazing month for so many people. And I'm just picking that up on an intuitive level, because I've yet to do my tarot meditations, my tarot scopes for June, and that is coming out soon. And I know y'all are asking for it, so be patient, because mama needs to birth an egg, and it's going to be a big egg, okay? And that is not done overnight, so be patient. But anyway, I'm going to pull out a card for the week of Monday the 30th to the 5th of June using the Isis Oracle deck. Isis, this is your love. You are in me and I am in you, and I need you to tell our people what is it that they can hear to liberate themselves. Okay, the key of life. That just fell out, and a lot of them fell out, and I would read this all to you, but I gotta go to work. So I'm just gonna keep this short and sweet. This is the key of life. Spinning the Ankh, the key of life. And so it's really, again, this is a very strong, assertive card about your power, okay? And if you don't know what your power is, you should probably make a list about that. What are your strengths? And your weaknesses are your power as well. You just need to reverse it because there's two sides to the same coin. So let's look at the definition of the key of life, because you're probably encountering the strongest aspect of yourself right now, and you're probably merging with that so it integrates into your psyche and you know it without a doubt. That this is what you're about. This is who you are. And didn't I read this before? Yes, I did read this before around the new moon, and we're getting the same message again. Spinning the Ankh, the key of life. The key of life is the mysterious Ankh, the looped cross held in the hand of Isis. This mystery is opening to you now. The Ankh portends new life being born through you now. It could be in a creative sense or in a physical sense in terms of health, or even a child that wishes to be born, or a new project that needs to be created in service to humanity. Remember the Five of Pentacles, giving back, not-for-profit, healing others, healing yourself. This new life being born in whatever form will enrich your life, bringing you more into wholeness and fulfillment. Let it happen. The Ankh comes as a blessing and confirmation that the new life is seeking to express itself through you now, and encouragement that you will allow this to occur. Ashe. Something has started to be born through you at this time. See it through, beloved. Don't let it struggle to survive from lack of attention or care, or a belief that it will not be enough in any way, or it will be too hard to handle once it is created. The Ankh says that life will prevail and your creation will come to pass. Do not give up on your creative destiny. Stay with it. You are flowing in the right direction, and you have spiritual support from the unseen worlds. If you are unsure of what your creative destiny may be, or unaware of the exact nature of the new life being born through you now, remember that sometimes the creation will be a project or object, a relationship, or new human life. Sometimes it is even a new way of thinking that is wise and heart-centered and will be available for others to draw nourishment from as an alternative to more destructive and addictive thought patterns which humans can struggle with from time to time. There is one creative process common to all of humanity, and that is the birthing of the soul light into form. No matter what other forms of life are being created through you now, the mystery of the Ankh reveals that you can know for sure that you are growing spiritually at this time to allow more of your soul light into your life. What this means is that no matter what the appearance of circumstances in your life right now, no matter whether you feel alive with creative flow, energized and happy, or whether you are in despair as your old world no longer brings you peace or seems to be falling away, your divine soul is behind it and new life is emerging. You are where you need to be. Again, with the Two of Swords, there's a difference between procrastinating on the things that you're avoiding and the inability to look directly at your mistakes or at your shadow side, versus rushing consistently and wanting to be somewhere that you're not meant to be because you don't trust the process and you don't trust yourself inherently or your spirit to know that you are where you're supposed to be, that everything is well, that you are well, and even though your life may be in shambles, that is on purpose and you need to be there. It is safe to trust and allow this process to unfold. If you've drawn this, nope, we did not draw it with the Knight of Isis. Okay, we did not draw this with the life restored card. Okay. Either way, it is safe to trust in the changes and that they serve your highest good. This oracle brings a special message to those on the creative path. If you have hit a blank page or dry well for inspiration, if you are encountering doubt in your ability to create and flow, do not despair. The Ankh promises fresh inspiration and will return to you, and you can be assured that just as the Nile floods filled with life, just as no, como que? You can be assured that just as the Nile floods filled with life after it has receded, so too will your creative flow soon return. This is a little bit redundant. Your creative days are not over. Your creative well will rise again, and you will feel youthful, energized, and full of hope and promise, inspired to create. There is a ritual, but I don't have that much time because I really need to get into the store and give readings. If you're interested in the ritual, the card is no different than the session that I had given maybe 3 weeks ago, when it was last month's full meditation. Look at my YouTube videos. fast forward it towards the end, it is the key of life, and it has the Ankh meditation, okay, where you draw an Ankh and you draw your wishes in the center of that circle, and then you can see in detail what I was reading. You can hear in detail what that process is, but essentially it is a writing meditation, and you draw your dreams. You draw the Ankh and you draw your dreams inside of it, or you write inside of it. It's really simple and it's really dope, but check up on it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to my babble mouth. If you want to schedule a personal session with me, I am upstate, so I'm not available for in-person sessions unless you're in the Albany, Troy, Saratoga area. I will be in the city next weekend for in-person sessions. Hit me up. My email is urbanillumination@gmail.com. And to book a session, you can go to myurbanillumination.com/workwithme tab. I love to hear from you all. You guys are really dope. I send all my love and my heart and my bendiciones your way. Thank you so much for the support. Until next week. Ciao.